If you are a savvy buyer looking to buy in 2022, or you might be a buyer and a seller who wants to buy in 2022 and sell, right? And you might be wondering if now is a good time, or, to cash out on the equity, or maybe you need to wait because crash is on the way and recession is near. Well, this video is absolutely for you because it's driven by 9 data points that are most accurate, most current, that you'll appreciate. And at the end of this video, you're going to learn also what are some of the new developments in the market and what you can do right now to take the most advantage of them. I'm Anya Bartholomew, your local Utah real estate agent, helping you buy or sell a home in 30 days or less, guaranteed, or I'll pay you $1,000. Number 9, let's start with the most obvious data point. $9 trillion out of 23 trillion of the entire American GDP were printed. We are in the midst of the unprecedented inflation. We see it everywhere, in housing, in cars, in gas prices, right? But what do we know about inflation? Well, when inflation goes up, dollar purchasing power goes down, and we're all chasing assets, right? And therefore, all the Americans are buying real estate because there is no more golden standard. So housing is the American standard, and that spikes the demand. Now let's talk about mortgage interest rate, and that's where the new developments are actually unfolding. We all know that since the beginning of 2021 to April 2022, mortgage interest rate went up from 3% to 4.67%, and they might be going even higher. And that explains what Lauren Yoon, the chief economist of National Association of Realtors, recently called double whammy. Yes, the buyers are hit really hard, not only with the increasing with increasing housing prices, but also with the increasing interest rates. No wonder the economist at REDFIN actually described the mortgage payment that went up over $500 that could be a leading cause that will cause some of the buyers to step out of the housing market. So what we see here is 16 points drop in touring activities, which means buyers who are touring those homes for sale, actually this demand is dropping by 16 points. Why this is important? It's important because April, May, and June are historically very high activity, high buyers demand markets, and therefore is slowing down in months like April, March, May and June is actually a very significant indicator. So we've got to take this into account. There is more proof to this pudding. I want you to show the numbers from the Mortgage Bankers Association that tracks buyers, new buyers application, mortgage application. And that number is also down by 10%. So mortgage interest rate might be working to reduce the pool of buyers in the housing market. Another data suggests, fresh data from Google suggests that the home buying, terms in Google searches also decreased by almost 10%. So far we have 10% of buyer demand as an estimate for what might be happening right now and in the next couple of months in the market. Now, a very savvy question to ask yourself is this 10% enough to flip the market towards the buyer's market versus the seller? Well, let's look at the next data point. This is a graph that's very characteristic of the buyer's demand right here, right now in 2022. 59% of pending sales, those who has offers but haven't closed yet, right? They got an offer, the seller got an offer. 59% of those sales went under contract in just 2 weeks. That's very, very, very competitive. Another data point, super important, asking price. The average home is sold for 102% over the asking price. And that's in all price ranges. We see it in 500, in 800. Well, we don't see it in the 5 million range yet. But, you know, like there are some homes like in 6.1 million home recently that, you know, my buyer were touring. Actually, that home went under contract with multiple offers also in 3 days. And to support our previous findings, look at this other graph. 51% of homes are sold over the asking price. And I'm going to bring this mortgage interest payment, interest here, because it's actually hurting more than it's helping. Hear me out. So our supply of houses could only come from a few sources. Some of them homeowners who want to upsize or downsize, right? Now, 71% of mortgages in the US were refinanced over the last 2 years with the mortgage interest rate 2.5% to 3%. And now we're expecting those people to move into higher priced houses and with higher mortgage payment. So that is really hurting the supply more than it's helping the demand. And therefore, the equilibrium of the supply demand hasn't really changed this much because mortgage interest rate is really a double whammy. And therefore, the best thing that you can do right now is to lock your interest rate and do what I offer to do to my buyers and sellers, a warranty. I warrant that I'll be able to sell or buy your house in 30 days or less so that I can honor this log and you know exactly how to take advantage of both sides of the selling and buying process.